Let us go to the final part of virtual memory to learn about how to view its features on our computers. In the Linux operating system, we have a command called vmstat, which reports virtual memory statistics. We get information about processes, memory, paging, block I/O, traps, disks, and CPU activity. We can have a lot of commands. A few of them are with the option -D. We can have the summary of disk usage. With -D option, we can know about a particular disk statistics. Then the other options are for active, inactive memory, event counters, memory statistics, the partition details, and switching between 1000 and 1024, and similarly 1 mega and so on. So the first thing you need to do is get into your terminal, add a dollar prompt, type vmstat. You also have several options that you can type over here. Let us look at the parameters that are given as output. So this is about processes. Processes has got two parameters that are given as output. R is for runnable process. So this gives you information about how many processes are currently using the CPU and are waiting for the CPU. And B is for blocked processes, the ones that are in uninterruptible sleep. Then we have the memory parameters. SWPD, amount of virtual memory is used. Free is about free memory, how much of memory used for buffer, and how much of memory is used for cache. Swap is all for about the disk, how much of memory is swapped in from the disk, and how much of memory is swapped out to the disk. And then I/O, how many blocks are in and how many blocks are out from a block device. And then about interrupts and about context switches. These are about the system parameters, something to do with the kernel. And CPU, the total utilization is sum of all of these. So how much percentage of time is used by the user process, how much time is used by system process, and how much time is of the CPU is idle, how much of the CPU time is used for wait, and then how much time was stolen from was taken away from virtual memory. Then we have the macOS command. One is the top command through which you can display the running process list and also find the memory statistics. So here you go, you have the number of processes are 331 total, 2 are running, 329 are in sleeping mode, and 1561 threads are running. Then load average. This means how many jobs are waiting for the attention of the CPU in the last 1 minute, in the last 5 minutes, and in the last 15 minutes. These are the average load time. And these are the percentages of CPU usage. User jobs, this is the percentage of time the CPU is executing user jobs. Then system jobs, and then this is the time for which CPU is sitting idle. And this is about the shared libs and the related memory usage. Then we have the mem regions telling you about the total memory available and what are the resident programs. Here we have the physical memory, how much of it is used and how much of it is unused. That's about RAM. And then we have the VM. So how much is the VM size? Look at this. This much larger than the available memory. And then we have the swap ins. How many swap ins? How many swap outs? How many disk reads and writes? So here are the different processes with process identifiers, and these are the programs that are running, and these are the concerned parameters related to each of these processes. And these are the page faults that are occurring. So we also have a command called vm_stat in Mac, and you can get a set of parameters which are output here. So you can look at the page ins, page outs, swap ins and swap outs. So when you need free pages, you perform page out, and when you need free memory, we perform swap outs. And so these are the free pages, and then active pages means the CPU is currently running the instructions in these pages. And then the inactive pages means the memory is allocated to some process, but CPU is currently not executing them. And free pages mean they're not allocated to any process. They're available for allocation. So these are some of the commands that I have shown you for Linux and Mac operating systems. And we can have a look at how to execute this command. Just execute it, and you can also later test with different options. Here you go. The number of running processes, block, total virtual memory used, free, buffered, cache, swapped in, swapped out, then blocks in, blocks out, the number of interrupts, context switches, number of user jobs, system jobs, idle time of the CPU, the wait time of the CPU, and the amount of virtual memory types stolen. You can also test the different options like -A to get the inactive and active memories, and we can also have some commands like some command options like -D for disk summaries, and some command options like -D for individual disks, and for some more parameters like CPU context switches, interrupts. You have all the details about the memory and so on. So for all the Windows users, you may install a package called cygwin, and you can run these commands, or you can go to the task manager and get more details.